So Bill Clinton has now come forward openly on the Epstein matter, and this time, Donald Trump is in the spotlight. Clinton says that no one is above the law, not even presidents. Bill Clinton alleged that some photos and videos related to the Epstein files connected to Trump were removed by the FBI and the Department of Justice. At the same time, allegations have also been made that the Trump administration has been bringing forward photos and videos to discredit the Democratic Party, which are said to be from a period before the accusations against Epstein were established. Clinton says his testimony before Congress was not about politics, but about accountability, justice, and the survivors who have been waiting for the truth for years. Let's take a look at how the former president took aim at Trump. After that, I will share my views. Okay, let's watch.
I just finished testifying in front of the House Oversight Committee. I did it for two reasons. First, I love my country, including our Constitution. And America was built on the idea that no person is above the law, even presidents, especially presidents, and that we should all live under the same set of rules. This kind of democracy requires every person to play their part. And I hope that by being there today, we can bring ourselves just a little further away from the brink and back to being a country where we can disagree civilly and we can search for truth and justice, and that it outweighs the partisan urge to score points and create spectacle. The second reason I was there is that the girls and women whose lives Jeffrey Epstein destroyed deserve not just justice, but healing. They've been waiting too long for both. Though my brief acquaintance with Epstein ended years before his crimes came to light, and though I never witnessed during our limited interactions any indication of what was truly going on, I offered the little I do know in the hopes that it would help prevent anything like this from ever happening again. I also have to say something personal. Republicans made Hillary testify yesterday, and she had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein, nothing. She has no memory of ever even meeting him. She neither traveled with him nor visited any of his properties. So whether 10 people or 10,000 people were subpoenaed, including her, was simply not right. So here's what I told the committee. First, I had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committed. No matter how many photos they show of me, I have two things that at the end of the day matter far more than any interpretation of 20-year-old photos. I know what I saw, and more importantly, what I didn't see. And I know what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do. I saw nothing and I did nothing wrong. As someone who grew up in a home with domestic violence, not only would I not have flown on his plane if I had any inkling of what he was doing, I would have turned him in myself and led the call for justice for his crimes, not the sweetheart deal that he got. But even with 20/20 hindsight, I saw nothing that ever gave me real pause. We're only here today because Epstein hid it from everyone so well for so long. And by the time it came to light with his 2008 guilty plea, I had long stopped associating with him. When the video of my testimony today is released, I hope it will motivate everyone to go in front of Congress to say what they know. I hope it will motivate the Justice Department to finally release all the files and to ensure that this never happens again. The survivors deserve that.
Bill Clinton's remarks on the Epstein matter have once again intensified the political debate in the United States. This time, the issue is not limited to past allegations alone, but also raises deeper questions about power, the rule of law, and accountability. Clinton stated clearly that America was built on the principle that no one is above the law, no matter how powerful they may be, not even presidents. According to him, democracy can only remain strong when everyone is held accountable under the same rules. His testimony before Congress was framed around this very idea. Clinton said that his appearance was not part of any political spectacle, but a matter of responsibility. He emphasized that the country is currently going through a phase where political divisions have become so sharp that truth and justice often get lost amid noise and accusations. In his view, the need of the moment is to return to civil disagreement and fact-based discussion. The Epstein case remains at the center of this controversy. The serious allegations against Jeffrey Epstein and his subsequent death left behind many unanswered questions. Clinton said that the girls and women whose lives were destroyed by Epstein deserve not only justice, but also healing. According to him, the survivors have waited far too long, and it is now the responsibility of the system to deliver answers and accountability. Clinton also made it clear that his limited association with Epstein had ended long before Epstein's crimes became public. He stated that during those limited interactions, he saw nothing that indicated what was truly going on. Clinton insisted that he neither saw anything wrong nor did anything wrong. He said that if he had even the slightest indication of Epstein's actions, he would not only have distanced himself, but would have come forward himself to demand justice. During his testimony, another significant claim emerged that further fueled the political debate. Bill Clinton alleged that some photos and videos related to the Epstein files connected to Donald Trump were removed by the FBI and the Department of Justice. This allegation is serious in nature, as it raises questions about the role of federal agencies. At the same time, it remains important to note that this has been presented as an allegation, not as a final conclusion. Alongside this, it has also been alleged that the Trump administration has been bringing forward photos and videos to discredit the Democratic Party, which are said to be from a period before the accusations against Epstein were established. Clinton's supporters argue that such material is being presented without proper context to shape a political narrative, shifting attention away from the central issue of justice for the survivors. It is important to understand that in politics, photos and videos are often used as tools to influence public perception. When older images are presented without full context, they can create a misleading picture. Clinton's argument is that facts must be presented transparently so that no individual is judged guilty or innocent based on incomplete information. During his congressional testimony, Clinton also emphasized that Epstein was able to evade accountability for so long because he concealed his actions extremely well. By the time Epstein entered a guilty plea in 2008, Clinton said he had already ended all associations with him years earlier. This point was raised to underline that holding him responsible for later revealed crimes is not supported by the record. Throughout this controversy, Clinton repeatedly highlighted the human dimension of the case. He stated that amid political battles, the people who suffer the most are those whose lives were directly impacted. Justice for the survivors should not be limited to court proceedings alone. The system must also ensure that such crimes never happen again. In this context, Clinton called for the release of all relevant files so that the full truth can come out. According to Clinton, if everyone, whether in power or not, comes forward before Congress and honestly shares what they know, it would strengthen democracy. He warned that efforts to suppress or avoid the truth ultimately weaken public trust in institutions. From a political perspective, this confrontation goes beyond Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. It reflects a broader debate in the United States about power, institutions, and accountability. One side views the developments as politically motivated attacks, while the other frames them as necessary steps toward transparency and oversight. What is true will only become clear once the full record is examined. For now, it is evident that the Epstein case is far from over. New testimonies, fresh allegations, and old records continue to bring it back into public focus. In the coming period, it will be crucial to see how investigative agencies and the justice system respond, and whether the survivors receive the justice they have long been promised. Ultimately, this entire episode serves as a reminder that, in a democracy, asking questions is essential. But even more important is that the answers are grounded in facts and truth, not shaped solely by political narratives. If you found this analysis useful and want to see more in-depth breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments.